doing?
Good.
Good, cool. Well, you know, if you're the newest person, you know, in this shed, you know, whatever you want to call this, you're kind of checking this thing out for the first time. You're a little skeptical. You're kind of wondering what's going on. I can definitely relate because 10 months ago, when I was being introduced to this for the first time, I was the guy in the back, you know, closed shoulders, closed mind. And honestly, I thought that I kind of knew everything about everything. I thought that I had my life figured out. I didn't really care to hear. You know, I just kind of shut it off. But my cousin Jad made $700 his first week. So obviously, you know, when your cousin makes $1,000 more than you in 1 week, you kind of have to force yourself to look into it. And he introduced me to Varun, you know, right here, special guest in the room. He introduced me to Varun, and honestly, you know, Varun pretty much changed my life 10 months ago. Just because, you know, he really broke down to me, you know, a lot about the economy, a lot about, you know, what the steps that I need to take to be where I'm at. Because how many people, you know, have $1 million dreams? Yeah, yes, everybody, right? Yeah, growing up, we all want that big house, the nice car, the good-looking wife or husband for the ladies. But I kind of looked at my life 10 months ago, and Varun asked me, he's like, are you doing anything now to set yourself up for the future? I was like, well, you know, I'm going to high school, I'm getting good grades, I'm going to college, you know, I'm getting even better grades. And then what? And he's like, why is it that everybody thinks that you need to put 22 years of your life on one piece of paper, hand it over to somebody else, and literally work for them for 40 years of your life? He's like, you literally only live once, right? YOLO. And so you should take advantage of this. And so guys, you know, I looked into Vima for the first time 10 months ago. The biggest thing that I saw was that it was working. I didn't really know much about the product. I didn't really know much about the compensation plan. All I knew was that this was working. I met a 19-year-old kid out of San Diego State making $130 grand a year with Vima at 19. Literally was making more than his professors, part-time in college. That was appealing to me. And so Varun said, who are you taking financial advice from? I was like, I guess my parents, my friends, and my professors, right? Those are the people that we're constantly taking financial advice from because we're surrounded by them. But the thing is, he's like, do any of those people have what you want? And the answer was no. You know, my professor is making $50,000, $60,000 a year, can't really teach me what they don't know. If they haven't made $1 million, how can they teach me to make $1 million? That made no sense. Then my parents, you know, they're fortunate enough, you know, to be well off, but they have no time to enjoy their money. I was like, that's not really the life I want to. That's not the life I want to live. And lastly, you know, my friends were all working part-time jobs, you know, full-time jobs, not making too much. You know, they all said that they were going to be successful, but none of them really were. And he's like, if you want to be good at something, you should probably listen to somebody who has it, right? We have a lot of basketball players. Who are you going to listen to? LeBron James, Michael Jordan, or like your little brother who has no idea how to play basketball? Obviously, somebody who's successful. He's like, why is it that nobody does that when it comes to making money? Everybody's just listening to the 97% of the population that's literally broke. Has anybody ever heard that 3% of this world owns 97% of the money? Yeah, that's crazy. And to really break that down for you guys, if there was 100 people right now on $101 bills, 3 people would leave with $32 each, and 97 people would split $3. Wow. So chances are, the people that you and I have been taking financial advice from all of our lives are broke and have no idea how to make money. And so guys, you know, I never grew up saying I wanted to do Vima. You know, not many people know that. I never say I want to talk about Verb and Vima for the rest of my life. But I also never said that I wanted to graduate from college making 32 grand a year. Being told what to do, when to do it, when to pee, when to take your family on vacation, and how much you're worth a year. I think a lot of people are kind of finding themselves in a trap because the average salary is $32,000 a year out of college. And the thing is, if you don't like it, if you want to raise, if you don't like your hours, whatever, the CEOs don't really care anymore because there's 50% of college graduates that would die for your job. Right. And so I think that's why in 1986, the average salary out of college, guess what it was? $32,000 a year. It's 2014. Gas isn't 80 cents anymore. Right. Times are changing, and I think if you don't change with the times, you're going to get left behind. Right? Think about all the millionaires and billionaires created in the last 10 years. All through what? Social networks, dude. Social networking is blowing up, right? Everybody here pretty much has an iPhone or a BlackBerry or what? An Android. Right? 10 years ago, those didn't even exist. The iPhone's only 10 years old, right? Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all of these networks, they didn't exist 10 years ago. And so times are changing. And so guys, I looked at this industry, it's called social network marketing. Social network marketing. What's crazy, they don't teach this in school, but it's the second highest paid career in the world to professional athletes and professional entertainment. So, you know, for me, I'm you know, the next Michael Jordan. I can't sing like Justin Bieber. Where do we go to make an above average income? This is literally falling into your lap. Think about the two things that we're all really, really good at. Social networking and marketing. And the reason I say that with such conviction is because how many people in the room have a Facebook? Yeah, everybody? Yes or yes? Yeah. And how'd you guys all hear about Facebook? Did Mark Zuckerberg sign anybody in this shed on Facebook?
No.
No. A friend telling your friend telling your friend. Then what? Instagram, same thing. Twitter, same thing. Snapchat, same thing. Tinder if you're lonely, same thing. and it's absolutely crazy because we built Mark Zuckerberg's worth. Facebook is worth $170 billion. And we did that for free. Literally. We're the ones who built up that network. And then guess what else we're really, really good at? Marketing. Look at the clothes you're wearing right now. Nobody buys Jordans because of a commercial. We buy Jordans because of our friends, because of word of mouth, right? Same thing with snapbacks. How did snapbacks get back? Some guy rapped about them, now everybody talks about them, right? Now I go to IU, literally 3/4 of the campus wear Sperry's, right? Sperry boat shoes. Sperry's advertises to rich, old, white guys with yachts, and none of us are any of those things, and why do we all own Sperry's? Because some guy was like, oh dude, these are frat, and now we all wear them, right? That's how things get big. That's literally how things get big. And so guys, our CEO realized that 10 years ago, he's like, okay, I have two options. I have a phenomenal product. I can choose to put this in stores, but if you guys saw a Verve next to a Red Bull, who would buy the Verve? Nobody. We don't buy what we don't know. What if you saw a Verve next to a Starbucks, ladies? Probably not. Yeah, exactly. We don't buy what we don't know. Every single time we go to the gas station, same gum, same chips, same water. And so he's like, hey, I'm not going to spend $990 million on advertisement like Red Bull did last year. Almost $1 billion to what, send a guy from space, because apparently Red Bull gives you wings, which it doesn't. And so guys, he decided to put this product into the hands of the consumer and pay us. Imagine if you got paid every single time you added somebody on Facebook, every single time you added somebody on Instagram. That's literally what he's doing, word of mouth marketing, except now he's paying us. So think about what's the first thing you do when you leave the movie theater. Yeah, you tell somebody, you tell a friend, right? Think about how The Wolf on Wall Street, right? That movie is blowing up right now because everybody's Facebooking about it, tweeting about it, talking about it. And guess what? When your friends decide to go watch that movie because of your Facebook status or because you were talking up upon it, are you ever going to get paid for that?
No.
No way. And then guess what your friends are going to do when they leave the movie? The same exact thing. It's this compound effect. Albert Einstein literally said it's the most powerful force in the world. And so guys, like I said, I got mad stoked about this thing. I didn't really understand much of it. All I knew was that it was working, and I was like, if it can work for him and her and him and her, I can definitely make it work for me. I shared this thing with about 100 people in my first couple weeks in the business. Most people made excuses. I think that's why 3% of the world owns 97% of the money. But I found 3 people, so 97 people said no. I found 3 people that kind of saw the bigger picture, were like, I want something more than a name tag out of life. I want something different. And I understand that if I want to get something different, I need to do something different. And they got started in the business with me, guys. 3 people my second week. And that was my sister, my barber, who told Terrence about this, and my cousin. And through a friend telling a friend telling a friend, those 3 people compounded into, right now over 200 people. And that's, why it pays me what it pays me. And it's absolutely crazy, guys, because when I first heard about this thing 10 months ago at IU, there was 1 person car qualified. You have 2 cars sitting right there right now. We have 7 people car qualified right now at IU. You look at where this thing started, Arizona State. Company's based out of Arizona. At Arizona State University, there's 200 company-paid cars on campus. We're just getting started. Think about it. If there's water in the desert, the people who find it first are going to drink more of it, right? Right now, there's money in a recession. Business is all about being at the right time, the right place, the right people. You don't have to be smart to make money. You don't have to work really, really, really hard to make money. You have to make money work hard for you. And so, guys, I kind of saw that. I was like, okay, I don't really have $250,000 to start my own business. What do I do? And what's cool about Vima, guys, is there's no startup fees, cancellation fees, contracts. You're literally just drinking something different. Stop drinking what? Starbucks in the morning, soda at lunch, Red Bull at night when we're up late partying or studying or whatever we're doing. And literally just take your money from whatever crap products you're already putting your money into, put them into Vima. Put them into, whatever product you like. Maybe it's our protein line endorsed by Chris and Heidi Powell on Extreme Makeup or Weight Loss Edition. Verve. Literally, the black can right there is the official energy drink of the Phoenix Suns. So I could definitely relate if you're skeptical, but I actually took this product back to my dad. He's a pharmacist. And we looked into this thing. Dr. Oz has actually had Verb on his show 4 times in the last 2 years. Literally said America's best fatigue fighter. That's crazy. And so guys, the credibility is definitely there, but I don't want to talk too long because we have a very, very special guest somewhere here. And that's my cousin. He's the guy who introduced me to this thing. You know, right now, by the numbers, this kid is just turned 21, and he's making anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 every single month, no matter what he does. Meaning next month he does nothing, he will still get paid $4,000 to $5,000.